Sarah, it's great to see you again.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, pretty good.
How was your week?
It was good. I followed up with what you said, and I went to the intramural fair.
That's awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. Tell me how it went.
So it was pretty good. When I first got there, it was a little overwhelming. You know, there were obviously a lot of people there that I didn't know, but it ended up being really good, and they had to sign up for co-ed volleyball. So I ended up signing up for that, and we're gonna practice for the first time. I think they said next week. They have a big group chat going. So I guess I'll be going to that and kind of see how it goes.
Cool. Well, before we get started, I just wanted to say I really applaud you for overcoming this and actually going to the intramural fair and finding actually something that you think you might actually enjoy. So that's really great. We're definitely taking steps into the right direction here.
Thank you.
Good job. You're welcome. So in the last session, we were talking about maybe the main points that we wanted to focus on. And so just to recap, we talked about the fact that you've been sleeping in a little in your classes. Sometimes you're missing a few classes. Also with that, you're sometimes feeling a little rejected from your friends because you do have a very busy life going on, and maybe they're not understanding everything you have going on. And then you also mentioned to me the pressure that you're feeling from your parents, not just to do good at school, but also that you kind of feel like that pressure that you're not doing great and they're paying for everything. And just you mentioned a few of those things. Does that sound correct? Are these all still the things that are worrying you?
Yeah, that's all still right. I think my main thing this past week that I struggled with was not being able to sleep, and then I missed 3 out of my 4 classes this week because of it. So I think that's just been really overwhelming, and it's just given me so much anxiety this past week. So that was really the main problem that I had.
So I do remember that last week when we spoke about these 3 issues, the sleeping in was your main concern. So I think that's definitely something I want to focus on this session, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so the first thing I want to do to get started today is, so we know that the situation that we're going through right now is that you are sleeping in. So I'm just going to write notes if that's okay, like I did last time.
That's fine.
Okay, so sleeping in. And I know we kind of touched on this last time, but when you do find yourself, you did mention that sometimes you wake up maybe right before class, but even though you maybe could make it, you kind of just don't. There are thoughts that run through your head. Can you maybe tell me again what are some of those thoughts that are going through your head when you realize that you are going to be late, or you see that you are sleeping in? Can you just tell me some of those things you're thinking?
Yeah, sure. So when I sleep in, I feel like there's no point in me going to class because I'll be late, and I don't like showing up late. It's embarrassing. So I just feel like I'm going to be late. There's no point in going. I might as well just go back to sleep because there's nothing else I can do at that point.
So you've told me what you're thinking, and what is the actual emotion that you're feeling, would you say?
I feel really anxious. I feel nervous, but at the thought of going in late and having everyone judge me for being late, well, why is she late? What's she doing? So I feel really anxious, nervous, and then I also kind of feel a little bit like a failure, like I already screwed up and my day hasn't even started yet. So I guess those are kind of the 3 main feelings that come to mind when that happens.
Okay. Using an I statement, I don't know if this would be okay. Can you maybe explain to me the way that you're rationalizing? Does that make sense? The way that you're rationalizing these thoughts in your head?
So you mean what would really happen kind of if I went, or?
Yes, I apologize for this.
So I guess if I really went, I would go to class and I would not be behind in class. So I think I would feel maybe more relieved, kind of like a weight was lifted off my shoulders because I wouldn't have that extra work to catch up on that week. And then I would probably feel more motivated to continue going to class that day since I was already up and out of bed and ready, even though I was late or maybe even missed the first one. Just being able to go, I think would be helpful kind of getting to that point.
So I'm hearing you saying that if you did make the conscious decision to go to class, that you would actually feel a little better about the way the situation, that you're stating that you feel relieved and motivated, which to me are positive outcomes. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I would. I think that would be, that would relieve a lot of my anxiety and stress for the week.
So do you think, would it be possible for you for this week, when you do, I know that you're making an effort to go to class, and after the end of the session, I hope that maybe you do make, you are able to go. Do you think maybe you can just see how, maybe just internally you can write it down, what you believe you'll be feeling if you went to class, if it actually matches up with what you do feel when you go to class, and see if maybe you're feeling these positive responses.
Okay.
And just make note of that.
Okay, yeah, I think I can do that. I can try. I'll try.
Okay. So I also had just another, what I wanted to also focus on today is that I know you're saying that you are missing a lot of classes, and you know, you're sleeping in, so, and you did mention that you have like a pretty busy life going, so I just kind of want to maybe map out what exactly it is that you're doing in the week.
Okay.
Just so, because you did mention that you don't have time to hang out with your friends, and that, you know, you are now trying to take on this new intramural challenge, so I just want to make sure that your activities are going to match up with, that what you're wanting to put on your plate is going to match up with what you're already doing. So for next week, if it's okay, I would like you to bring in, and I'll show you right here, I would like you to bring in this chart with your daily activities. So for example, if you wake up at 8 a.m. and you do go to class, go ahead and write that down. And then if you want to maybe just write maybe just a feeling, how you felt about going to class that day. Okay. And so just continue with that throughout the day for the week, and then when you come back next week, we can look over that and see just how, you know, what it is exactly you're doing today. Maybe there is more room for you to fit in the friend time that you are wanting, maybe even new friends that you're making in the intramural team, you can make time for them with that, if we can see how it's mapped out. Does that sound like something that you can do for next week?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Before we end the session, I just wanted to tell you that I really can see the effort that you're putting in. I can see that you're really motivated to make these changes in your life, and I really applaud that. You know, it's not easy to go out there and, you know, like you did this week, you went to this intramural fair, and I know that must have been really hard for you, but you did it and you found a sport that you really liked, and I think that's awesome, you know, and I really hope that this takes on a really positive, this is really a positive thing for you. You know, my only concern is still that maybe you are still worrying a little too much about, you're maybe not putting enough into what you're wanting, because you're mentioning that, you know, you are still sleeping in and whatnot, and maybe just to put more focus on the concerns that you're having. Right.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll discuss next week once you bring in this chart, and we can get a more visual idea of what exactly it is that you're going on throughout the week. Okay. And see what we can do for it next time. Okay.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. Well, it's great to see you this week. You have a good. I'll see you next time.
Okay. Thank you. You too.